Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. So for today's reading, we are going to do a reading on, it's kind of advice from spirit about if you're on the right path or not. And we're just going to see what spirit has to say and what the oracle cards have to say. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I just wanted to once again say thank you for all the support and love that you guys have shown me since I started my channel. And I'm very excited. I only have 1 month left of work. I am counting the days. Anyway, I worked all morning and afternoon, and I raced home so that I could do a tarot reading for you guys because I just love you so much. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. So we have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have this piece of, it's called Pre-Night. And we have the Antique Anatomy Tarot. And for pile number 2, this is Herkimer Diamond, which is clear quartz. And I just, I love this. And like I said in a reading the other day, it does, it was $13. So I get really heavy death and rebirth vibes from it. And for pile number 3, we have the Unfolding Path Tarot and this piece of Celestine. I think that's right. So yeah, go ahead and pick your pile and I will see you there. Hello, pile 1. Welcome. If you chose pile number 1 with the Antique Anatomy Tarot and this piece of Pre-Night, this is going to be a reading about messages from spirit about if you're on the right path. So we're going to have a look here and see what's happening. So before I start to shuffle, I'll start to shuffle first. So we have the World on the bottom, the World, and the 2 of Swords. So perhaps right now you feel stuck at a crossroads. Perhaps there's some stagnant energy surrounding a connection or surrounding your job. Perhaps you're trying to figure out, which direction to take, which path to choose. With the World here, it feels like a cycle needs to come to an end, or a cycle is coming to an end. This does represent completion. This can also talk about, distance. So perhaps I'm traveling. But yeah. We'll get into it. So I hope you're all doing well. Oh my goodness, we have the Hierophant. So right away I'm feeling like it could be about a connection, or it could be especially a counterpart connection with the Hierophant, spiritual connection. This could also be Hierophant energy, is higher level of commitment. So perhaps you're in a marriage and it's become stagnant and you're, thinking about what direction to choose. The other thing I'm hearing is for some of you, you may be feeling called to be a spiritual worker of some sort with that World and the 2 of Swords. Perhaps you're at a crossroad in your career right now, but yeah, we'll get into it. So I hope you're all well. I don't use this deck very much. It used to be one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, we have the 2 of Wands. So possibly travel, possibly changing directions here. Interesting. Anyway, I used to love this deck for me, but I haven't used it in a while on here. I think I've only used it once or twice. A new chapter, yeah. This is interesting energy here already. Ooh, so we have the Hermit. So it's interesting. The energy that I'm getting is you are trying to make some type of decision or choose some type of path, or, here we see this, the Hermit is Virgo energy, and it is an energy of inner work, self-reflection. So perhaps, perhaps you're reflecting about a connection, perhaps you're reflecting about work, where your life is going. Oh, we have the interesting, we have the Three of Swords in reverse underneath that. Interesting. So, we are going to get the oracle cards now. I'm just looking this up. Oh my goodness. For some of you, this is interesting. For some of you, you're reflecting about forgiving someone. Very interesting. The Three of Swords in reverse talks about forgiving someone. It talks about forgiving one another. So perhaps you and another person. Perhaps, you know, we were getting all those twos. Perhaps you and another person are in some type of stalemate. Very interesting. It also talks about separation. So you could be in separation from your person right now. Interesting. All right, so let's get to your oracle cards. Where are you? Curious to see what they are. All right, so for the first card we have follow the path of your soul. Do not allow anyone or anything to stop you. Guys, we have another 2 here. How crazy is that? I'm really getting earth energy with this. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, similar to the Hermit. What's really interesting is if you look at this creature, it's actually winter. So there's this energy of feeling very isolated. Wow, is this... I'm getting connection vibes. I mean, it could be career, but for a lot of you, I'm hearing that perhaps you're in separation with someone because it's like winter around this person. You're a person too. It's like winter around this animal. And I'm really getting... I'm almost getting Emperor vibes from this card because we see this masculine creature who's lit up in the middle of winter with the sun here. Anyway, it's very symbolic of this hermit energy. It's like this light in the dark. So I do feel like right now you are reflecting. Perhaps you're reflecting about where your career is going or where your life is going. For a lot of you, I am getting you're in separation with someone. Lots of 2s. We have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So interesting. It's saying step out of your comfort zone and do not allow anyone or anything to stop you. So right away, I'm feeling like there might be people around you who may be saying that, like, I don't want to say they're saying that you're crazy, but they could be saying that you're crazy. They could be saying like, you know, why are you holding on to that person? Why are you thinking about giving up your job? You know, there could be someone trying to stand in between you and something else. I am getting divine masculine vibes with that sun energy there. Anyway, let's keep going before I get too excited. I will say the North Node is about finding your soul path and your life's purpose. And it's very interesting that these cards came out in the same pile. We have confidence. In this moment, I take a step back and look at myself with the pride of a good mother. This is very... Pride is... Whenever I hear pride, I think of Leo energy. I think of the Strength card. And there's something about this energy that you've pulled right back because we have the Hermit. We have this isolated creature here. Now we have, I take a step back and look at myself. And that's kind of, the Hermit is I take a step back and look within myself. So very interesting energy here. And we see this person's keeping their doors shut. So you could be, you know, maybe you've blocked someone or perhaps someone has blocked you. I am getting twin flamey vibes, but I can't help it. I just can't help it. We have an ending. Oh my gosh, 13. So Scorpio energy. It's interesting. Somebody said in my comment section yesterday that death is a bad card and like it does not mean rebirth or something like that. And it's interesting because I read something yesterday before this comment about how everybody thinks death is a scary card and it's actually not. And I'm just going to read you. The death card is very misunderstood. It's actually one of the most positive cards in the deck. It represents the transformative process of death and rebirth. And it talks about, it signals that one major phase in your life is ending and a new one is going to start. And everybody sees death as like, it's over. And that's not actually what the death card is about. It is about rebirth. It's about transformation. And that's why it can come through in that. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it there. Anyway, I never think of death when the death card comes out. I think of rebirth. I think of perhaps shedding of an ego or shedding of a pattern. I even think of when a cycle completes itself. There's like a little, especially in a counterpart connection, when a cycle breaks. And then there's that transformative energy where you can move forward, rebirth. Anyway, so again, it feels like there's been some type of ending here and you've pulled your energy back. For some of you, you could have lost a job, or perhaps you just don't feel fulfilled by your job and you're wondering what your soul path is. Again, for a lot of you, I feel like it's about a connection and there was an ending and, you know, you're thinking about your life right now. You're reflecting about this. We have overcoming obstacles, and this is 11. So for my counterparts out there, it could be that, you know, for a lot of you, I am hearing counterpart and the fact that there was so many obstacles between you and this person. Perhaps there needed to be an ending. Perhaps there needed to be, you know, again, this death card can talk about cycles coming to an end. And when you think about twin flames or counterparts, you think, I think of like a 10 of Swords moment when somebody stops giving to the connection and you go into like the no contact. Again, that's a transformative time. It's not an ending. So anyway, oh my gosh, I'm rambling. So what I'm seeing is that you could have been through many obstacles with this person, and right now you're experiencing like 7 of Pentacles where you have to go your separate ways for a bit and work on yourselves. This can also be obstacles. You know, this says do not let anyone or anything stop you. So for some of you, you could have the obstacle of outside opinions, either about your connection, about what you want to do for work. I can tell you right now, if I had told, well, I did tell people like a year and a half ago that I wanted to read tarot, and they were like, yeah, that would be fantastic if you could make that work. But if you're wanting to go after something that the people around you don't understand, that can actually affect your judgment, and it can affect, if you trust them, then they can actually deter you from following your dream. And we do see it all the time with counterpart connections. You know, like I said, oftentimes the people that are around us don't understand spiritually what we're going through unless they're spiritually awakened, or they've been through it, or they're open to it. Anyway, again, rambling. I'm rambling. Choose who you are becoming. Oh my gosh, 7. So we have Chariot energy here. So interesting. You guys have double cards. I kind of want to put choosing a direction here. So we're going to get into the tarot before I get too much like down the rabbit hole of what I think this is. Although usually I'm right. All right, let's just make sure you can see all that. You can. Wonderful. All right. So like I said, we have this choose who you are becoming. So for some of you, I feel the situation that you've lost a job and now you're reflecting what to do, or you've hit some kind of roadblock in your career where you're not sure if it's what you want to be doing and you're trying to figure out your soul path. For some of you, I feel, again, connection, and perhaps you're in that energy where maybe if it's a counterpart and you've had lots of obstacles with this person, if you're in a stagnant energy, you could be wondering, like, what am I hanging on for? Like, why am I still here? We're in separation again. Is it time to move on? Should I, I talk to a lot of counterparts, so, and I am one, so I understand. Anyway, let's get into it. We're gonna look at who are you right now? Like, what energy? What energy are you embodying right now? Who are you right now? We have the Two of Wands. So look at that. That's very interesting. So you are in, I believe you're in a stagnant energy. This actually talks about something you need to change in order to move forward. So an example I can use is if you and this person are unable to move forward and the universe separates you and puts you into no contact. It's because there's something one of you need to change in order to move forward. This does, I'll take out my book here and talk about career as well. But as far as, counterpart connections go, this does symbolize perhaps you're working on what you need to change. And perhaps that's, we have the Queen of Cups on the bottom. So, oh my gosh, it's number 13, Death and Rebirth. Transformation. So right now you're going through some type of transformative period, transformative energy. It's very strong in this reading. And I feel like right now you're putting energy into yourself. You could be working on, it's interesting because we have that confidence card, and with this Queen of Cups, I feel like perhaps you were giving to something, someone, even career-wise. Like you could have been going into work and just giving all your energy to work, and, it never felt like you were seeing financial abundance. It never felt like you were fulfilled. It never felt like people were seeing you or recognizing you. People could have even taken advantage of you. As far as a counterpart connection, this is when somebody overgives and the energy becomes imbalanced. And, if you're working through a pattern of being an overgiver and this person needs to work on giving more, then until you guys balance those energies, it's like we have this, you cannot cross right now. So I feel like right now you're really focused on what you have to change to move forward, who you need to release to move forward. Again, I'm not saying that you need to release this person, because for a lot of you, I feel like it's possibly a twin flame. So this could just be a transformative period. I wish that we could just know for sure, because as when you're in a twin flame connection, I wish you could just know for sure the outcome, because it's so hard to trust in these times where you're so isolated. It's, I've heard people say like they're feeding their delusions or they feel delusional, and I feel sad about that. But anyway, you're not delusional, pile one. Far from it. We're going to ask if you're on the right path. This is saying that you need a new perspective. That's interesting. This is also the energy of someone who's, you know, holding back and trying to get a new perspective on their job, on their love life. And, you know, as far as if you're on the right path, this Hanged Man kind of makes me feel like perhaps you aren't, because I just heard that for some of you, you could resonate with being in a marriage, and I don't think a twin flame marriage, but in a marriage where perhaps you kind of lost yourself and you didn't realize how mundane your life had become and how little you were actually giving yourself. And perhaps this is about you choosing you and going on your own way without that person. Again, I don't feel like that's the twin flame thing. I'm hearing specifically for some of you, you could be in a marriage where you feel trapped. You feel like you can't escape. And Spirit's reminding you that, you know, if we look at that skeleton, their feet are on the ground. They can stand up. So Spirit's reminding you, you're never stuck. You're never stuck in a job. You're never stuck. You know, there's always, I hear those cheesy things in my head, those cheesy cliches, where there's a will, there's a way. So yeah, Spirit's saying you need to reflect right now on your path. For if you're resonating with the counterpart, I would say that Spirit's saying you're right where you need to be. If you're dealing with a counterpart, I'm hearing this is exactly where you need to be, in a place of reflection. Very interesting. 3 of Pentacles. Hang on, I'm getting my book. So 2 of Wands is, it's about looking at your career, taking the first steps, envisioning dreams. So yeah, you're trying to figure out where should you go career-wise, I think. And that Hanged Man, the Hanged Man is coming out with the 3 of Pentacles. So I'm actually hearing something here. So if you, like I said, I'm getting different messages for different people, so just bear with me. If you are resonating with being a counterpart and you're asking, am I on the right path? Because now you're in separation again and you have no idea what's happening, or maybe you don't. Spirit's saying that you're exactly where you need to be. That's the message that I was getting, but I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted to check with Spirit. It says love can't be rushed, so avoid romantic pressure. And the 3 of Pentacles is on the bottom. So perhaps, you know, you want this connection to come together right now, but Spirit's saying you're right where you need to be. Perhaps you're really uncomfortable being in no contact. Perhaps that's a test for you. For others of you, I'm hearing, for counterparts, that there's also something here about you gaining a new perspective on how you can work together with this person. It can be really hard energetically to find that groove, to work as a team. You know, like I said, possibly you were overgiving and that person wasn't giving enough. So this does talk about reflecting on that. The Hanged Man also talks about this is a moment of a position of sacrifice in order to progress forward. So Spirit's saying in order for this counterpart connection to move forward, in order for possibly this new career or new start after a marriage, that this period is very important right now. Again, transitional, no, transformative. You're in a transformative period right now. All right, let's see. What is the main obstacle standing in your way? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. We have the Page of Cups. So it shows us, you guys won't even believe what's on the bottom. For my counterparts, we have confirmation. I was feeling counterparts, and we have the Queen of Cups. And I was going to say, we have the Page of Cups here, which is number 11. So we have 1111 showing up. And this symbolizes, you know, perhaps you're waiting for someone who's not ready, who's not, someone who hasn't grown enough or matured enough. This person could be younger than you. What's really interesting is we have the King of Cups. So this is saying, you know, what is the main obstacle standing in your way? And it's the fact that I think you're waiting for this other person to continue on this journey, because perhaps, you know, you feel like you've been doing the work, and this is very interesting energy. It's like this person has to grow into this King of Cups before you can be on this path. And for some of you, it could be that your true path is being a counterpart, perhaps being a counterpart reader, or we saw the Hierophant, so a spiritual advisor of some sort. I tell you, we're going to take over the world, and we're going to change it one spiritual advisor at a time. I'm telling you, we can do it. We can shine our light on everyone. Anyway, that's water energy. So we have fire, water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know why my mind went blank. We also have Earth. But yes, this is what's blocking the way. So, or you're waiting for an apology, or you have to apologize to someone. For career, this is about self-doubt. I feel like if I'm striking a nerve with the spiritual advisor talk, perhaps you are the person. The Page of Cups is an energy of like, oh, that will never happen. Like, pigs will fly before that happens. And I feel like perhaps for some of you, that's the mindset that's blocking this. And that can be true for career. That can be true for anything. If we have that mindset that it will never happen, or it wouldn't happen in a million years, then it's never going to happen, because we're not manifesting it. Anyway, listen to me. I sound crazy pants. Oh my gosh. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is saying, you know, this is that soul connection that you both, it's hard work. And I do feel like what's blocking it for the counterpart is your person needs to evolve more, or perhaps you need to apologize to them, or they need to apologize to you. Anyway, let's keep going. What circumstances are in your favor and helping you out? What circumstances are in your favor and helping you out? Oh my goodness. So we do have the Ace of Wands here. So this is telling us that I believe you have the passion for this. You have the determination for this. It's interesting because I feel like you are spiritual, and Spirit's saying the fact that you've had a spiritual awakening shows that, you know, you're on the right path. I think that is super helpful. Your fire, your determination. There's a lot of fire coming out for this question. We have what circumstances are in my favor and helping me out. And we have this 10 of Wands and Justice. And for me, that's kind of confirming for, first of all, the counterpart, that all of these obstacles and this ending had to happen because it's that type of energy, the 10 of Wands, you know, it's overburdened and there's no other option but to give each other a break with that energy. And if, you know, spirit usually makes it happen somehow by, you know, your higher selves start stepping in, and like your higher self will cut off contact, for example, because your higher self knows, okay, this is a time where they need to grow. Let's separate them. I know I sound crazy. I am not. And it causes reflection. It causes clarity. And it brings about justice. Anyway, for those of you career-wise, I feel like if your career has become very stressful, or you're working a lot of hours, or you're losing hours, or you haven't been getting raises, or you're struggling financially, Spirit's saying this is happening to try and kind of wake you up to what you should be doing. There's a lot about balance here, so making a choice of some sort. So perhaps, you know, choosing to follow a dream, choosing to explore a different type of career, choosing to go back to school. I feel so fired up. I will say, you guys, you know, not too long ago, my photography job felt like this. I felt overburdened. I felt stressed out. I was losing work. I was having to lower my prices. And it was just like Spirit was like, we don't want you to do that anymore. And it's like they made it as impossible as they could so that I would have this awakening to what I should be doing. Anyway, it's a thing. It's there. How can I progress and move forward in your... How can you progress and move forward in your life? We have the 8 of Cups. So this is very interesting. First of all, I'm going to take these cards here. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. So for those of you who are in that marriage that, you know, you feel like you've become almost like a piece of furniture in your house. Like you give. You're not happy. You know, I said that for some of you, I was hearing perhaps you're in a marriage where you're not happy and you could be codependent on it. And I don't mean in like a clingy way. I mean, you could have been with this person so long that you don't really think that you could go out on your own or be on your own. And Spirit's saying, you know, for you, it's okay to let go. This card, the 8 of Cups, it's about letting go what no longer serves you. So whatever isn't serving you anymore, just let go. And, you know, choose yourself. And there's a lot about finding your path, your soul journey. We have path of your soul. Step out of the North Node talks about finding your soul purpose. Choose who you are becoming. And walking away from anything that doesn't help that doesn't, you know, if somebody's in your life telling you you can't do something, like, oh, you shouldn't leave your marriage, like, think of what the kids, like, whoa, you know, because people will say that to you. Let those people go. Choose yourself. They shouldn't be making decisions in your life. For some of you, I feel this energy of letting go of the idea of a job, or maybe you need to let go if you're feeling pressure about how far you've gone in life, how far you've come in life, and what you have to show for it and what you have to not show for it. Like if you're, you know, in your late 30s and you're not married or you don't own a home, Spirit's saying let go of those negative thought patterns. You are on your own journey, and we all are on our own journey and evolve at different times, different periods of our life. Aura cleanse could be significant. This is also, you know, Spirit saying we have wake up potion. So for those of you dealing with a counterpart who you've put distance between yourselves, Spirit's saying, you know, this is their wake up call. And time again, that's what we see with counterparts. Once somebody, you know, stands in their authentic truth, there's a separation, there's healing. We often talk about it here, it does wake the other twin up. So yeah, we also have 10 of Pentacles here. That's why right away I said, you know, perhaps you need to walk away from an unhappy marriage. For some of you, you're walking or distancing yourselves from a counterpart. I will tell you, if you're dealing with a counterpart, you know, you let go, they wake up. Like, look at that. You let go, they wake up because they feel the void, because you guys are on this soul journey together. And it will benefit you both in the long run. It will help you reach this 10 of Pentacles. For some of you, I'm hearing you could have an idea that if you leave your current job, perhaps you won't be financially stable. Perhaps you have this mentality like, well, I've been doing that for so long, it pays the bills, you know. That's not a reason to stay somewhere. And people who do that, and I'm talking from someone who have seen their parents do that, it slowly dulls your light and you become very unhappy. We have this despair. So don't be afraid to, you know, there was a lot of 2s in your reading. So perhaps, you know, starting baby steps towards something else while still working on this, maybe working part-time on one thing, part-time on the other. Anyway, there's also forward movement. So we're asking, how can you make progress and move forward in your life? And Spirit's saying, let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of what no longer fills your soul, lights your soul on fire. I will tell you, when you find what your soul purpose is, you don't feel like you're working. You just feel empowered. You feel abundant. It's a very fulfilled feeling. And it's very scary to, you know, step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith towards something. But I'm hearing, take that leap, the universe will catch you. I'm also thinking about this goat taking a leap and, you know, the universe catching you. We also have 8 of Wands on the bottom. So, you know, some of you, I'm hearing this could cause... This question is about forward movement, and this is kind of clarifying that you will have forward movement, that you're not as stuck as you may think. Perhaps you feel very stuck, very isolated, very abandoned, very lost, but you're not. You're actually transforming. This is interesting. For some of you, if you are with a counterpart who you are having like a lot of obstacles with and you've been wondering about what to do, there is this energy, you know, the 7 of Wands can talk about blockages. So for some of you, I'm hearing, you know, as something you can do is you may want to just guard your energy or hold your energy back from this connection right now. Perhaps, you know, things have gotten so intense that there's just fighting and obstacles and miscommunication and tower moments, and Spirit's saying, you know, and if this person isn't giving to you, we had that Queen of Cups energy. If this person isn't giving to you and you're having to give, you know, Spirit's saying, protect your energy here from that. For others of you, I'm hearing that, you know, you're in this 8 of Cups energy already, where you're in no contact and you're wondering if you should let this person go. And I will say, energetically, you know, I don't feel like you necessarily have to walk away from them completely. But when you're in separation, it is good to try and let go of their energy a bit. And what I'm seeing from Spirit is that once you do that, it does cause communication here. Because perhaps right now, it's like you're picking at a scab. Perhaps you're, you know, checking your phone all the time, or seeing if they've read your message, or stalking them on social media. And what that does is it actually gives that person energy, because you're putting energy into the connection, so they can still, even though they don't know, they can still feel your energy. They can feel that it's almost like being chased energetically. So the best thing you can do is to just release those things, those behaviors that aren't working, because it's not making them message you, it's not making them come back, and it will cause this person to come towards you with communication. We'll keep that. Now, that is what I'm hearing. I know there was like three different storylines happening there. I do want to look at this middle card here, because we talked about the oracles. Oh good, you can see everything. Perfect. We talked about the oracles a bit, but so we have 2. So 2s were pretty significant in your reading. So there is, you know what, as I'm flipping through this book, I'm looking at number 2, and it says, ensure that all forms of communication are calm and peaceful, even with yourself. So like I said, if you're in a connection, or I'll go with the connection first. If you're in a connection where it's constantly fighting, that's what causes that stagnant energy. There cannot be any reflection. And Spirit's saying, if you are, you know, communicating right now, to keep it nice. Play nice, I'm hearing. Play nice, kids. All right, so 2. So now is the time to follow the path of your soul. So if you are, let's say you are in separation from someone, you could have friends telling you you're better off without that person, you know, and you could know deep down that this person is your counterpart and you want to, you know, invest in this journey. It is a lonely journey. We see this stag all on their own. It is very lonely. But you know, you have a whole community here with you. I'm here. And I always tell people, you know, you're not alone. It can feel like you're really alone. And especially when you choose it over what your friends want you to do and what your family wants you to do. This is saying don't let those outside opinions get in. And this is the same if you're feeling called to be a light worker, or you're trying to get into spirituality, or, you know, you're starting to like manifest with the moon and stuff like that. And people are telling you you're getting a little crazy. Don't listen to them. Those people are they're energetically putting blockages in your way, and you don't need that. And, you know, with the 8 of Cups, it does talk about releasing some of I feel like the opinions of others around you, and you don't have to release them. Like if your best friend hates your counterpart, you don't have to release your best friend. But, you know, don't share those things, you know, because this is a journey that's hard to explain. Anyway, now is the time to follow the path of your soul. Do not let negative vibrations in the outside world distract you. All of your spiritual helpers will now receive very powerful support from the divine source of all being in order to better guide you with speed and purpose towards happiness and fulfillment. Place the stag, a subtle fellow traveler, at the head of all your energetic companions and follow it. The whole universe supports you and sends you divine light of clarity and an unwavering determination. Do not squander this great moment being gifted to you. Open all of your senses and chakras and allow everything that is now flowing to you to flow through you. You are at a threshold of a path that will take you to higher dimensions and expanded consciousness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think that's very interesting because, you know, you have 3 cards about your path. So if you're here wondering if you need to move on from a counterpart, I don't think you need to move on. I think you need to, you know, look for ways to release their energy in healthy ways and work on yourself. Anyway, that's amazing. Higher dimensions and expanding consciousness. So the thing that you're thinking about here, the thing that you're needing advice for, Spirit's saying you're on the right path to being the highest version possible of yourself. And that's like love-wise, career-wise. Make use of every opportunity that now presents itself to follow the path of your soul and mastery. For you, this means never passing judgment again from this moment on. Be glad and grateful, prepare yourself with meditation, and by following a light diet. Ugh, a light diet? But what about snacks? Keep the stag beside you at all times. Observe it. It will bring you wise advice and may guide you to a worldly or spiritual teacher. Oh my gosh. Both are good. It is now more important than ever not to let anything throw you off balance, off your center. See, so much about balance. And this step out of your comfort zone, like I said, it talks about the North Node is all about your soul, like getting on the right, your life purpose. Oh my gosh. North Node. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the right thing that scares you. Interesting. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So are you willing to follow through and leave the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Yes, that's what anyway, when I said jump, the universe will catch you. And that's exactly how you'll feel. You'll feel, why did I wait so long to jump? It's very interesting. Right at the last minute, I'm starting to hear for some of you, just for some of you, you may be the runner in the divine connection and maybe not know it. Perhaps you've built your walls up really high. And I was just hearing it when I was reading this about this card, step out of your comfort zone. You could be dealing with a person in your past, doesn't have to be a counterpart. You don't need to relate with that. That perhaps, you know, perhaps you've been blocking communication. Perhaps you've been the one on the run. And with this communication card, you know, the Eight of Cups can also talk about leaving things in the past behind that no longer work for a connection. So perhaps, you know, there's things you need to let go about someone that you've been pushing away and open those lines of communication. You know, I don't think it's unheard of for twin flames to deny connections. It happens all the time because it's so testing. And some counterparts choose not to take the journey. Some counterparts choose to remain friends with their twin flame. Perhaps, you know, at one point you made the decision that you weren't going to deal with it anymore. It could have been a long time even, and now they're coming into your energy again, or you're feeling them. Perhaps you're scared to reach out to them. So there is that energy of, if you're the one on the run, to open the lines of communication if you feel called to do so. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. Additional meanings for this card: you're headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. Beautiful. So the other one I wanted to look at before I let you go is this: choose who you are becoming. Choosing a path towards your future self, taking the reins and leading the way, committing to one path and allowing spirit to deliver your dream. So you may be a counterpart who's, you know, do I keep doing this? Do I stay on this journey? And spirit's saying, you know, to energetically choose. Do you want to choose to believe in this counterpart connection and start your soul path and believe, trust in knowing that the 2 of you will come back together again? Amazing. Choosing who you want to be can feel overwhelming. If you've reached a fork in the road, it's time to make a choice that will allow you to grow into the most beautiful version of you. This card is about movement. The movement you make as you chase your dreams and the person you've become along the way. You may feel blocked until you take the inspired action towards one goal. It's time to move forward. Move forward. Make strides towards your dreams now. That's what it's saying. So, anyway, I'm going to see if Spirit has any final advice in the tarot. Interesting. So this is about standing in your authentic truth. For some of you, I'm hearing, this is really interesting. For some of you, I am hearing that you could be stuck in your Queen of Swords energy. You could be stuck with that high wall up, cold energy. And, you know, perhaps you're still curious about this person. And, you know, Spirit's saying, look, we have the 3 of Cups. Spirit's saying to take that wall down. Perhaps you're, you know, you're a counterpart who cut off, who like Queen of Swords, your counterpart. And perhaps you're shifting into the energy. Oh, interesting, because we had the Queen of Cups come out. Perhaps you're meant to be shifting into your Queen of Cups energy now. And that means that when they come back in, if they've shown growth and change, then you nurture it. You are gentle. You aren't the Queen of Swords. I was getting, for some of you, you may be at the point where I did mention it, that perhaps you're ready to walk away from this connection because there's so much fighting. And Spirit's saying, you know, look at this, we have the Tower. If you guys are not meeting energetically together and it's become toxic, you know, it's time to stand in your power, tell them your authentic truth. And if they aren't willing to, you know, be logical about it, then it's time to distance yourself and protect your energy. The other thing I'm hearing is, because I kept hearing that you have people in your ear, some of you, maybe not, but some of you. And Spirit's saying, with this Queen of Swords, this is someone who's very honest with their friends. And I just feel, because I was talking about, you know, there's this energy of other people blocking you. And perhaps, you know, keep that truth back. I'm not saying be dishonest. Just be careful who you are being your authentic self with. Because depending on who you are telling your truth to about who you really want to be, what you really want to be, they could knock down this tower. And I'm telling you guys, I'm switching jobs right now, and I have to tell people every day when I'm taking their photos, they say, oh, you're retiring. What are you going to be doing? And I tell them I'm going to be reading tarot, and they look at me like I'm crazy. And you have to learn you know, not everyone's going to be supportive of your spiritual journey. And it doesn't, in the end, it doesn't matter because anyway, only you need to believe in it. Anyway, that's what I'm hearing for advice. For others of you, you know, I can't help but hear counterpart vibes. We see this, you know, once you pull back your energy and there's a tower moment, an ending, that's when the rebuilding starts. And we do have this rebuilding of a new foundation here with the Ace of Pentacles, something that can take root. This is also really symbolic of you possibly doing something that's completely different in like job-wise, like perhaps, you know, completely changing your direction. And this is the one that will take root. This is the one that will bring you financial stability and abundance because it's your soul path. Definitely time to take a look at what the path you're on. Very beautiful energy. Anyway, I'm just going to get some advice for you from Spirit. We have 32, and 32 equals 5, which is about change. Release the tension, relax your face and shoulders, let it go, surrender. So to me, this is symbolic of someone who is, you know, maybe you need to meditate. Maybe you need to have like, is it a salt bath? No. Yes? With the salts. Oh my God. What are they named? What are they called? Oh my gosh. The salt, you know, the scented salt that you put in the water. Oh my gosh. Epsom salts? I don't know. And we have listen to your spirit guides. They'll show you the way. And we have choose who you are becoming and 7. It's interesting because we have a signpost here. So I feel like the spirit will send you signs if you ask here. I want to make sure you can see these cards. These cards are so beautiful. Look at them. So yeah, you can ask your spirit guide for advice. You can ask for signs and synchronicities. You can say like, I have option A, option B. If I should take option A, show me a ladybug. If I should take option B, show me a duck. Like you can be that specific. I know, you know how well it works? It works so well that my ego sometimes doesn't want to ask for a sign because what if spirit gives me the answer I don't want? So believe in it. And again, meditation, relaxing here. We did see that aura cleanse, so perhaps cleansing your energy and listening to what spirit is guiding you towards. Let's get one more. Accept the gifts from the universe. You deserve all of the beautiful things in your life. And this is 10. So I feel like perhaps spirit's been trying to show you that you're on the wrong path somehow. And once you're on the right path, the universe delivers. I used to think that that was just crazy talk, but it's completely true. All right. I have to take this card. I wasn't going to take it. But now I have to take it because it's a 13 and it talks about forgiveness. And we did see that about somewhere in here. There was something about forgiving someone. And, you know, Queen of Cups, the Empress, counterparts, unconditional love. We have 13. Heal yourself through heal yourself through eternal love and unconditional self-acceptance. Forgiveness will set you free. And again, we never have to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't mean, you know, oh, I forgive you for doing this horrible thing to me. Now come back into my life and hurt me again. No, that's not what I mean. Energetically forgiving and letting go. Not holding that grudge. My genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. So again, I'm getting light workers and I'm not even kidding. Like we could take over the world. I'm not even joking. if enough of us get out there, you know, we could take over the world. I'm hearing Pinky in the brain. What are we going to do tonight? Take over the world. I am in sync with the flow of life. Oh my goodness. That is, I'm seeing the moon. I'm feeling divine feminine energy with that one. It's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. And I feel, I will say, again, be careful who you trust asking for help, because if someone's at a lower vibration for you, their help can deter you because their help could be somewhat negative or their comments could be negative. I also feel, you know how I was saying the universe will catch you? I almost feel, and we were talking about asking signs from your spirit guides or the universe. And I feel like, you know, this is more about asking the universe for help and guidance. Oh my gosh. I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. Yes, you don't have to talk about it. I am a light worker. Do my best friend and I ever talk about it? Nope. She knows I have a YouTube channel. But I'm just who I am, and, you know, beautiful. Again, heavy light work energy, or light worker energy. Last card on the bottom of the deck. I am ready to be big, rise up, and step into my power. I'm hearing, hear me roar. Roar. Anyway, I hope this brought some comfort. And yeah, I'm going to leave it here, I think. And I'm going to do one more reading before Halloween. I am going to use my zombie deck for one pile. So I know some of you don't like it because it's creepy, but I am going to use it. Anyway, I'm sending you guys so much love and light and comfort and support from, you know, all your spirit guides and from me. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose Pile 2 and the Light Seers Tarot and this Herkimer crystal or something, it's really clear quartz, but I like saying the Herkimer. This is going to be your reading about what you need to hear from Spirit. And yeah, we'll see what comes through here. So I'm going to shuffle first. I do have oracle cards for you guys that we're going to get into. Pile 1, kind of long. So we'll see. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Cups. So that's, no, is that right? That's interesting. Isn't that interesting? I said 9 of Cups, and then I noticed that there were 2 cards laying on the table. So I feel like Spirit wanted you to see this 9 of Cups. So this is about a wish fulfillment. You could be maybe, I don't know. This is about a wish fulfillment though. So whatever that means to you, dream job, dream person, something that makes you really happy here with the 9 of Cups. So really what's on the bottom is the Empress. So I'm hearing possibly infertility for some of you. Perhaps, you know, you're having problems getting pregnant. And, you know, when you're trying to get pregnant, and you can't, man, every month that you're not pregnant is a disappointment and a dark time. So we'll see what comes through here though with the tarot, because I'm not quite sure yet. But we do have Empress energy. So you could be in your Empress energy, or you could be working towards it. Perhaps you're trying to be the Empress. Perhaps you're really trying, because it's really hard. I have many days where I am not the Empress. I have many days where I'm, anyway. We have the Ace of Wands. You could be having a spiritual awakening or going through spiritual growth of some sort. The Ace of Wands is about passion. and a new chapter. Oh, we have the King of Pentacles. Maybe you're dealing with someone who you're waiting to have an awakening and to level up, because the King of Pentacles makes me think of someone who's very slow to level up. Like, you could be dealing with someone older, someone at work. But it feels like perhaps, I don't even know why I'm saying this, perhaps they were very slow moving to level up to you, because you're coming through here, Empress energy. And so I feel like you're either already really successful, or perhaps you're more established. I don't know why I'm hearing a counterpart, like another person though. I'm hearing love. Anyway, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So perhaps you're really busy working on yourself here with that Eight of Pentacles. Lots of earth energy. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom. Very interesting. So Ace of Cups is about, it can be about new love. It can be about, you know, an offer of love. It can talk about following your heart. So perhaps your heart is guiding you to something that your ego does not agree with. But yes, following your heart is big here. So let's just look at this card before we get your oracles. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, new beginning in emotions and love. Following your heart. This could be spiritual or emotional. This new beginning could be spiritual or emotional, meaning you could have, you know, you could be wondering about a new start with someone from your past. This does talk about next level in relationship, deeper intimacy. It could be about work as well, but I'm getting love. I'm getting love. So we'll see what comes out with the oracles and with the tarot. All right, so for you guys, let's see what we have. We have courage, awaken the warrior within you. Queen of Wands, perhaps. Oh, you know what? The Ace of Wands can talk about a jolt of creativity. It also talks about creativity at work, and I'm getting like Queen of Wands energy. So perhaps you're a very creative person. Anyway, let's keep going. We have rise above the dark days. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return. Interesting. I am getting very clear messages for this one. We have inspiration, which is also, you know, symbolic of this fire of the Ace of Wands we saw. Inspiration. Black and yellow could be relevant to someone. Maybe you're a Hufflepuff fan or a Boston fan. Soul on fire. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. I am feeling that this is about a counterpart or a connection. And I almost feel, I do feel like, you know, you don't have to resonate with twin flames, but with soul on fire and that flame, it's 38, which equals 11. You know, it just makes me think of counterparts, especially with this dark days, have courage. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're in a counterpart connection, there are dark days where you just want to give up, you know? You just want to throw in the towel. You just like, why am I continuing to do this to myself? We have expect powerful change. And we have impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through the hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from the good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. So I will say for you, with the Empress on the bottom, with the Ace of Cups on the bottom, I feel like you are about to, or you're trying to move forward with someone here where there has been dark days, where perhaps in the past, we saw that King of Pentacles. So even if you don't resonate with counterparts, just forgive me for talking about counterparts so much during this pile, because that is what I'm feeling. I feel like you are in the energy of death and rebirth with this person. You've transformed, possibly they've transformed a little. I do feel like perhaps they took a long time with the King of Pentacles. I feel like you both followed your hearts back to each other with this, and we see soul on fire. I feel like this person just lit your soul on fire when you met. You could just be in a connection where, you know, there's a lot of fighting right now. Perhaps you are in a counterpart connection and don't know it, or perhaps you're just in a connection, however that resonates to you. And it's like really inconsistent right now. For my counterparts, I feel like there was probably a separation before this new beginning. And with that Empress on the bottom, I feel like what happened was probably you embodied Empress energy. You started glowing. You started glowing, and perhaps this person returned. Perhaps they healed a bit, returned, you saw progress, and now you guys are moving forward. And perhaps, you know, there are days where you just want to throw in the towel. I do feel some of you could be struggling with infertility in some kind of capacity. Because I'm just feeling this energy of like every time that time of the month rolls around, it's like disappointment, darkness, and then you have to pick yourself up and keep trying. And Spirit's saying to have courage here. We also saw the Empress on the bottom with the Six of Wands. So if you're someone who's, you know, trying to get pregnant, having problems, I do feel like you'll be successful with that Six of Wands and Empress energy. And Spirit's saying, you know, you can do this. Awaken that light within you. You've got this. I just wanted to go over that because I was picking up on that energy. And as someone who struggled with infertility and someone who, you know, it was a journey for me to have my children, a long, tedious journey, but it was worth every second. So I just want to, you know, send love to those of you out there trying to start a family and having problems. I'm just going to move this. I'm so glad that when I was in that boat, I will say things will come to you in divine timing, and I don't want to give you false hope with that. Stay. I also feel like for some of you, this soul on fire, you could have like, if you're a counterpart, you could have, you and this person might have a contract to have a child who is a twin flame as well, or some kind of, has some kind of special gift about them. This child, I mean, that you're supposed to have. Anyway, I was just hearing that, so I wanted to say it. So yes, following your heart. Perhaps, look, following your heart and like, you're still experiencing pain here, even though you're on this journey. So yes, I just wanted to mention that for those of you who are, you know, having a baby. But yes, mostly what I'm seeing is that I think for a lot of you, you're struggling to feel, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Because you have these dark days. And I feel like maybe your life is kind of like, perhaps it's a bit of a roller coaster sometimes, perhaps this connection. But Spirit's saying, you know, we had that Ace of Wands, we have inspiration here. And Spirit's saying you are on the right path, that whatever this is that you're in is meant to awaken you. For some of you, I am hearing counterparts who are trying to work things out. And it does take patience. It takes, oh my God, the patience it takes. And it takes time. It's not quick. There's healing that needs to be done. And, oh, it can be triggering, can't it? But anyway, we'll get into it. This is very symbolic to me of what's happening here. I feel like you and this person followed your heart back to each other. There was heartbreak. There was manipulation, possibly ghosting, possibly someone running, separating themselves from this connection. There could have been a third party. And I feel like there was distance between you that gave this person clarity. And what happened was they had clarity and their intuition and their heart, you know, drew them back to you. So in some way, you guys, your paths crossed again, whether you reached out to them or they reached out to you. You know, you both felt this energetic pull towards each other, this inner knowing. You know, I feel like you have an inner knowing about this person. And perhaps right now, you know, because they've hurt you in the past, you could be questioning how serious this person is or how stable they would actually be. And Spirit's saying, you know, expect powerful change from this person, that something is shifting here. For a lot of you, I am feeling with this dark days and have courage. And this good times and bad times, soul on fire. I do feel like for a lot of you, you may be moving forward in a reconnection or like a reunion type of energy. But anyway, let's get into it before I talk your ear off. So we're going to look at who you are right now. Who are you right now? What path are you on right now? Who are you energetically right now? Interesting. The seven of Swords almost wanted to come out. So to me, I feel like you're afraid you're perhaps being manipulated. So right now we have Two of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So the Two of Swords is a stagnant energy. So I am feeling that the Knight of Cups does talk about someone who still has to evolve, like mature-wise. So perhaps, you know, I feel like right now, who are you right now? To me, it seems like you're worried about whoever this Knight of Cups is to you. I think you have somebody in your energy who is making advances towards you, yet there's something that you're worried about with them, with that Seven of Swords energy. So perhaps this is someone that deceived you in the past, or perhaps it feels too good to be true. There's something about you being confused about this situation. This can be choosing between two lovers, but I don't feel two lovers here. I feel like this is... I do feel like this is like you and another person who you're exploring things with, and there's just perhaps something you don't trust about them. This is air and water. So we have Scorpio with the Death card. We have Inspiration and the Salamander and Black Pepper. I'm feeling fire energy, more fire here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire. And we have air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But yes, I feel like it could be too. For some of you, I'm hearing you could be nearing the end. Oh, look, a fly. I haven't seen any flies in days. Hello, fly. I don't mind you because you're the only one. For some of you, you may be in a very stagnant energy with someone here with this Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can also talk about, it can talk about perhaps you are the type of person, and it's not a judgment, it's just maybe it's like meant for extra confirmation. So the Knight of Cups can talk about someone who is, so if you identify as he, perhaps Knight of Cups energy, perhaps you are more feminine, or you appear more feminine. Whereas if you're a feminine, or if you identify as she, you could be more masculine with this Knight of Cups card. And whenever I tell people that, I'm like, I'm the Knight of Cups. I am, you know, I'm more masculine. I always have been, ever since I was a kid. But yes, you could be, look at this. We have this Seven of Cups. There's a lot about sevens. So it's like, 7 is about harmony disrupted. And that's why I feel like perhaps you're with this person, but it's like you're worried about something here. You're worried that, perhaps you're worried that they have someone else, or perhaps you're worried that they have other options. I'm also seeing just, it's a very confused energy right now, where you're not quite sure if you can trust it, whatever this is that you're worried about here. It's like you're not sure if you can trust it. You're not sure if this is like, if you're in a counterpart connection and this person has deceived you in the past and you've seen growth and you're moving forward, it doesn't really, we still have those shadows within us where we doubt it, where we worry. And perhaps, you know, perhaps you've had some dark days with this person and you're wondering like, what are my options here? It does look like you're looking at your options right now. And with this awaken the warrior of light within you, it's interesting because I feel almost like an ego heaviness here. So perhaps you're like, oh, I hate when I say like a lot. Perhaps you are battling between your ego and your heart right now. Perhaps your ego's telling you like, man, this fighting sucks. Like I could do so much better. Like I could, you know what I mean? And then your soul is like, no, you've got this. Like you can do this. You can heal this person. And anyway, that's what I'm hearing here. This is also, I think, you wondering about possibly where your life is going, where this connection is going. Very interesting. Are you on the right path? Are you on the right path? Oh my gosh. Yes. I love that those came out because I know that I read cards kind of differently than some people. I use the bottom of the deck energy a lot, and this is why, because it's there for a reason. Like I said, you were meant to see these cards at the start, and now they're coming out again for if you're on the right path, and Spirit is saying yes. So if you are moving ahead with this person and you're worried like it's not progressing the way you want to, especially counterparts, I feel like Spirit's saying you are definitely on the right path. Keep embodying this Empress energy. Nurture it. Don't get in your head. Don't chase. And I feel like actually this path is meant to put you in the spotlight somehow. Very positive cards for if you are on the right path. The Six of Wands can talk about being in the spotlight, being seen. Sometimes we see marriage. So perhaps you and this person are actually moving towards marriage. And perhaps you don't even feel it yet. Perhaps you guys are still experiencing, you know, some difficulty moving forward. Perhaps you're experiencing difficulty trusting them. We have Taurus and Libra here, more fire. And for those of you, you know, I was saying infertility or trying to get pregnant coming out very strong here. And for if you're on the right path, you are. So if you're someone who's looking into adoption and you're wondering, is that the right path for me? Yes. If you're wondering, you know, will I be successful and have a pregnancy? Yes, you're on the right path for that. These are beautiful cards for if you're on the right path. It's almost like, yes, you are. You just need to embrace the journey, I'm hearing. And that, you know, with this impermanence card, it's symbolic of this not being smooth sailing, and that's okay. It's not supposed to be smooth sailing, because if it was smooth sailing, why would we grow? Like, if it was easy, why would we grow? We'd get bored. Anyway, I don't even think you can see that. Oh yes, we can see the Two of Swords. Perfect. So what do we have on the bottom? We have the World. So you're right where you need to be in order to have the things I believe that matter most to you in the world. And this is also about completing cycles. So perhaps you and your person, you've finally broken the pattern or completed the cycle where you can be in union and move forward. Oh my gosh, we have a new beginning. Oh my gosh. What? We have an awakening. We do have... I was talking about perhaps a spiritual awakening within you. So perhaps you have an awakening here. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, we have the Chariot. Forward movement. So Spirit's saying whatever you're doing right now, you are on the right path. So if you're here worried about the situation you're in, you're on the right path. I'm hearing you could be at a distance from this person, or online, long distance connection, I'm hearing. And Spirit's saying, you know, this new beginning is one that you can trust, even if it feels rocky, like even if it feels like it's those waves, rough waters, stormy skies or whatever. Spirit's saying this new beginning is here. This is it. It's starting here. And that I think the two of you are ready for it. And look, expect powerful change. That's so... It could be that you've finally stepped into Empress energy, and that's why this is finally working. It's finally going forward. And perhaps your person masculine energy, or flip-flop, could be with the other way around. Let's see, what is the main obstacle standing in your path? Interesting. What is the main obstacle standing in your path? The Knight of Swords almost came out. All right. So right now we have obstacles. We do have clarity. So perhaps, you know, we do see you coming in right now as this. So worrying about the future of this, where it's going, if you're doing the right thing, if you should leave, if you should stay, whatever it is that you're feeling. And Spirit's saying possibly what's blocking this is lack of clarity. Could be lack of communication with this person. Like perhaps you and this person need to have a discussion. This is also, for some of you, you could be in no contact. I'm hearing now. You could be in no contact, and, you know, it's this person's lack of clarity right now blocking this. We have the Six of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing, it is an unbalanced energy as a blockage. And, you know, we get this energy with this crooked picture and the waves and the stormy skies and this rise above the dark days. I feel like right now, perhaps you guys are experiencing unequal give and take with this person. And that could be why you're confused. If you're in no contact, I feel like what's blocking you here is the fact that in the past you gave more than they did, or perhaps they breadcrumbed you. It could have been you that didn't have time to give to this connection, but I feel like it was your person. And perhaps that's what caused this separation. And, you know, until this person has clarity, until they have that breakthrough moment where they realize you're the Empress, this connection would be blocked. Those are for those of you who are in no contact. For those of you who are in contact, it could be that because you guys have these rocky days, there could be days where it feels like this person could barely talk to you, and then days where they're there. So you could be feeling, you know, it's not quite breadcrumbing, but there's an imbalance. And, you know, I believe that will change. We have expect powerful change here. And we also have inspiration. So for some of you, I'm feeling, you know, you guys will get through this. And for those of you who are in no contact, I'm hearing this person is going to awaken to this with that inspiration. This person, it's interesting that the Seven of Swords came out, right? And we talked about how this person could have been, you know, manipulative or sneaky. And then we have this slimy salamander. And when I saw the salamander, I did get that slimy energy. I thought, oh, maybe they did something, you know, slimy. And then the Seven of Swords came out. So perhaps that's, you know, still weighing heavy on your mind here. The fact that this person did that. Look, we have 6-6. The numbers are syncing up. Union. What circumstances are in your favor and helping you out? Oh, wow. Wow. So right now, what's helping you? First of all, I feel like you and this person have been through a lot, and even not, you guys are counterparts. So that's really helping you here because your energy is attached. The other thing that's helping you, I'm hearing what circumstances are in your favor and helping you out. And right away, I'm hearing for some of you, and I'm going to get crap for this in my comment section, but for some of you, it's saying that manipulation or that third party, that karmic, was meant to make this connection stronger. It was meant to make their connection with you stronger, their pull to you stronger, because the karmic never compares. And I will say, again, I got slack for it the other day. Somebody was very upset about it. And they said, you know, so I should forgive someone that cheated on me. And you don't have to forgive anybody you don't want to forgive. But when you're in a counterpart connection, you can look back and see the usefulness of that karmic, because that karmic usually does something to wake that person up, to inspire that person to change and come back towards you. It's like they push your person kind of back towards you energetically because they're not you. The other thing I'm hearing is you are very strong, you have confidence, and you have what it takes to get through this. And if you're in contact and you're having like back and forth arguments, you've been here before, you've got this. You know, when it becomes like that, put that energy into yourself. Focus on yourself. I also feel like you've evolved a lot. It's interesting because I was getting Queen of Wands with that, and now we have that. I'm just going to turn on a light. It doesn't look that dark when I look at the camera, but it feels very gloomy in this room to me. So yeah, you have this strength. I also feel, you know, what circumstances are in your favor. I feel like if you are in no contact or went through no contact, I believe that made you elevate into, it could have sparked your creativity. It could have boosted your confidence once you experienced a glow up. I'm also hearing that I'm hearing you have a way with this person, or you and this person have a way with each other. And you've seen like the darkest sides of yourselves and the softest sides of yourself. So Spirit's also saying, you know how to work with this energy, I feel like. If you've been around a twin flame for a while, you'd be comfortable with that type of energy. Yeah, we have the World. So this is showing us, first of all, like I said, for those of you who there was a third party, Spirit's saying that third party actually helped close out this cycle that person needed to close out, or a pattern that they needed to close out. Our counterpart or our person can treat us in, not so great ways, and we can tell them that, and they can fight it. And what happens is, in separation, they can meet a karmic. It doesn't have to be a lover that teaches them that same lesson, but they do it to them, or your person does it to that karmic, and the karmic's reaction is way different than yours, for example. But, if there was a karmic, it was helping them to close this cycle out so that they could have a new beginning with you. And again, I feel like if you're in separation, it's because you needed to put energy into yourself and perhaps look at some of your dreams, the things you want in life. Perhaps, this symbolizes online, and this symbolizes creativity. So I'm not sure if maybe you're a very creative person. You're also very passionate. I feel like you're very passionate about this person with soul on fire, and Spirit's saying, that is really helpful in this connection, that you're so confident and passionate. And I feel like you've worked on yourself, especially where you're coming in as the Empress energy. Oh my, you've worked on yourself. Beautiful. I also feel, I'm hearing right as I go to put away the cards, that you have closed out the things that you need to close out. You've looked at the patterns that you need to fix. And, perhaps you've had this awakening. Very beautiful energy. So we're going to see, how can you make progress and move forward? How can you make progress and move forward? Oh my goodness. Take a leap of faith. Believe in this. I do feel like for a lot of you, I do feel like you're wondering if you're on the right path with the person you're with, is what I'm getting, or you're in no contact, but it's like you're still energetically still very much attached to this person. And you're here wondering, like, should I keep my heart open? Is this my person? Like, am I supposed to be on this path? And this is about how can you progress forward, and Spirit's saying, to take a leap of faith here, to believe in this new beginning. It could be taking a leap of faith towards this person, even if you resonate with that. The World card talks about you. This came out for how you were helping, and this is also your advice. So keep looking at those patterns. Keep trying to transform the cycles in you. If you guys have like dark days where you feel triggered, take that time to look at why you feel triggered. Dig down deep into that 6 of Cups energy, into your childhood. Why are you feeling triggered by that? Because there might be a pattern or a cycle that you've been reliving that, needs to be broken. This also says, this Judgment card, to me, it's very symbolic about following your intuition. I feel like trusting in this awakening that you've had. The other thing I'm hearing is, I just want to grab my book. Yeah, it says renewal of love, making adjustments in relationship. So it also says this in a reading signifies a point in your life where you need to evaluate yourself. So there's a lot about evaluating yourself and making adjustments in this connection. Again, I'm not telling anyone to put up with abuse, to put up with breadcrumbs, to stay in an abusive relationship. I'm not saying any of that. We're talking about going within and seeing how can you meet this person halfway, because I do feel like the energy is possibly hot and cold, even with the dark days. Like we have dark fire here. So yes, it is about, you know, self-evaluation. So keep evaluating yourself, keep looking within, keep asking questions, keep, you know, when I say asking questions, I mean exploring spirituality, like Googling things and watching readings and maybe getting a deck of tarot cards. Keep moving forward, Spirit says. Keep going, I hear. Keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim. Anyway, I'm having a party over here by myself. We're going to ask for final advice for you. Final advice. Any other words of wisdom for them? Interesting. Oh my gosh. So it's very interesting because we had the King of Pentacles come out in the beginning, right? And I said, maybe you're dealing with a slower masculine. And this is very interesting because this is saying, you know, I feel like this person is still growing. And Spirit's saying, you know, keep moving forward. Just keep swimming. This is about reconnecting after a disconnect. That's why I was feeling like so many of you are trying to work on something with this person. This is also, I feel like this person will get there. The Six of Cups, you know, for advice, this is about, you know, reflecting on your childhood wounding. It is about union though, and reconciliation and soulmates and thinking about each other. And I feel like you and this person are always drawn back to each other. And perhaps this person has been slow to commit, slow to level up. But look, new perspective. They have a new perspective. I'm also just going to say that I see the Queen of Pentacles here, which, you know, I think this is very symbolic of the two of you. I believe that you're farther along on this journey and that this person's trying to catch up. We also have the Emperor underneath. Peekaboo. Very interesting. Oh, I was going to take those cards. So I'm going to touch on a few of these oracle cards a little bit, and then we'll get you some advice from your higher self. Now, what was I just about to do? I was about to look at this card. Ooh, interesting. So this person in the past could have been a greedy lover. So I was getting that Six of Pentacles, unequal give and take. So perhaps breadcrumbing. So perhaps, you know, in the past, they wanted, you know, the attention. They wanted... It's also kind of a feeling of being led on. So perhaps you felt led on by this person in the past. But Spirit's saying this person has been working on that wounding here. This person also could have been controlling in the past. I will say as advice, that coming out in the reverse does tell me, you know, avoid trying to control this situation yourself. Avoid trying to micromanage divine timing, I'm hearing, because sometimes, you know, we get kind of bored in Empress energy and we feel like we gotta like help the universe out. Spirit's saying, you know, try not to control this too much. Like the way it's moving right now is the way it's supposed to be moving, I'm hearing. All right, so we have that 38, which is equals 11. Passion, laser-like focus on your goal, infectious enthusiasm, success on the way, finding what lights you up. So fearlessly pursue that which sets your soul ablaze. And I know for a lot of you counterparts, I'm not going to really dive into a new career in this one because I wasn't getting new career. But if you are in no contact, or if you are in Empress energy, even if you're moving forward with this person, if there are times where it's dark or there's fighting, Spirit's saying, find what makes your soul happy. That's that Queen of Wands energy. Put that energy onto yourself, on lighting your soul, because it keeps your vibrations high and it allows the universe to bring you good things if you keep your abundance high. Whereas if on these dark days, if you know, distract yourself all day with, you know, drugs, alcohol, TV shows, you know, that's not making your soul vibrate. That's not lighting you up. That's actually dimming your soul, is what I'm hearing. So the one I wanted to touch on never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Very interesting message coming through with that card, because I was feeling right from the get-go, a lot of you have worries about the past, about this, how this person hurt you in the past, or how you were hurt in the past by maybe somebody else. Maybe you're, you know, bringing baggage from other connections into here. Oh my gosh, this is the yes card. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. You are being shunted towards your life purpose. Whatever is happening now is happening in your highest good. This is a very important turning point in your life. If you wanted affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared, for it could be quite a ride. And events now could be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any direction you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason that you'll appreciate later on. Yes! Yes! I'm all pumped up. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You are being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So take it as it resonates. And let's look up this. I believe I've read this card for you guys before. You have had your share of good times and bad times. Night falls cool and gray, but the day dawning, the day will, oh my gosh, but the day will dawn. Pick up the card. But day will dawn, bringing sun and light, warm, soft, and healing on your skin. Do not struggle when there is nothing to struggle against. You are neither night nor day, but instead you rise serenely above both. You are neither darkness nor light. You simply absorb them and transform them into something new. Meditate in silence without distraction from thoughts of anger, rage, or sadness. Rise above these feelings. You are not your rage or your anger, nor are you the sadness that tries to make you feel bad about yourself. You are always the person you decide to be, the person you want to be. This is always within your power. The warrior within you is a servant of light and brings you centeredness and meditation. Your inner warrior light is the source of wisdom and stillness, bringing every weapon to bear to shatter the shadow of depression when its icy hands reach out for you. Connect powerfully with the resonance of your inner warrior. Oh my gosh, stop. It talks about this warrior. Anyway. Connect with your inner warrior. Do not reject it. This part of you is blessed with knowledge and is more familiar with peace than any other, precisely because it is this aspect of your personality that protects peace within you. Warriors rise calmly above all potential threats because they know fear. They know it so intimately that it no longer holds any fear for them. All right, so lots about warrior. Maybe you're meant to be a spiritual warrior. I was in pile 3. No, I haven't even done pile 3 yet. What am I talking about? I was in pile 1 trying to convince everybody to be light workers. And I'm like, we can take over the world. This card will guide you on the path of light-filled warrior. It indicates that you should face up to the challenges of life. The light-filled warrior does not become angry over difficult situations or attempt to blame others for their own suffering, the deceit, lies, or pains they encounter in life. Instead, they are courageous and overcome all the lies they tell themselves. If they lack a courageous heart, they will have no love in life. Your soul is calling on you to be brave, to climb life's peaks and not fear the lows. Everything helps to support the growth of your consciousness, the successes and the highs, along with the defeats and lows. The journey on which you find yourself is long, and no one can predict how long it will be, whether it will be safe, whether it will bring you great suffering or deep joy. This journey is an adventure. Do not be afraid. Wake up the light-filled warrior within you. It will be your protection. Fight for the light within you and for the light in this world by protecting it and letting it grow. And never again seek someone to blame. They do not exist. Your destiny is not controlled by others, but is entirely in the hands of the gods, who will always react to the impulses emanating from you. You are the one who creates the successes and victories in your life, not to mention the defeats. It is recognizing this that makes a wise warrior. However, this card is also an indication that your heart is in danger. This delicate, sensitive place must not be defiled. Put your inner warrior on guard at its door. Avoid all forms of trouble and altercation. Interesting. Over the next 21 days. Stay home and let everything in the outside world simply pass you by. Are you kidding me? Who can do that? Pre-COVID. Or I mean post, no. Except during COVID. You can't, okay. So keep your heart safe for the next 21 days, but we can't not live our lives either. Like Spirit's saying, stay home and let everything in the outside world simply pass you by. I don't think Spirit's saying that you're allowed to call in sick for 3 weeks or that you're allowed to, not buy food for 3 weeks. But I think this is more about avoiding unnecessary arguments, especially with this person, especially with other people. Interesting. So yes, oh no, I still need advice for you. So I am going to give them a quick shuffle. All right, so Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for pile 2 from their highest selves? Follow the path of least resistance. So this is like this energy, like if you feel resistance, stop arguing, stop pushing. Very interesting. We have, there is no beginning or end to growth. You are forever expanding. And that's Empress energy, you guys. 3, Empress energy. It can also symbolize the World card, because the World card reduces to 3 as well. You are safe to make mistakes. You are safe to be imperfect. You are safe. 11. So we have 1111 here. Very symbolic. Those were the cards I was going to get, and then I'm going to get these ones. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile number 2? Owning my power inspires others to do the same. I am not afraid to shine. So, what makes your soul shine? I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. My high vibe thoughts create health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. So again, keep those vibrations high, guys. Hi, guys. It sounded like I said, hi, guys. Keep those vibrations. Anyway. We have, the more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. There's so much about shining and letting your warrior shine. And Queen of Wands, shining, glowing, glow up. When I move my body, I feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. So moving your body, working out. I don't like the gym. I like to walk. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could have never imagined. So, pile 2, that is your reading. I hope that it resonated. It was very clearly about twin flames. But anyway, yes, it was nice having you here. It was nice spending time with you. And remember, you know, you're important, you're beautiful, you're special, you're unique. You deserve love. You deserve it all. And I am sending you and your person so much love and light. Bye. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose pile 3 and this, oh gosh, now I forget the name. Is it Celestine or Celestite? I can never remember, and then I second guess myself. Anyway, this is your reading. All about if you're on the right path, whatever you're wondering about pathwise. So love, career, we'll see what comes up. So first we will shuffle, and then we'll get the oracle cards, and then we'll talk about everything. So we have the Page of Wands on the bottom, so fire energy. So perhaps you have like a fresh spark of inspiration, or you're starting a new endeavor, maybe a new connection. I'm not sure here. We'll get into it, but we do have the Page of, we do have the Page of Wands. So this is about taking inspired action towards something. So perhaps you're taking action towards your dreams, or taking actions towards a King of Cups that you have a lot of emotion towards, deep feelings for. Oh, we have Temperance here. So something happening in divine timing, something that you've needed to be patient about. Perhaps if you're looking at a different job, you know, there's this delicate balance of kind of trying to figure out what that new one is while exploring it, while still working your old job, and trying to balance those two things. But yeah, we'll see what's happening here. So we have 8 of Pentacles. So this shows me, I feel like whatever this fresh start is, it's something that's going to bring you long-term investment, long-term stability. We have the 5 of Swords, so that's showing me that maybe you are experiencing some, either people are saying you shouldn't do it, or your ego's telling you that you can't do it, you shouldn't do it. If it's a person that, you know, this person's not right or something here. There's some kind of element of sabotage, whether it's self-sabotage or somebody else sabotaging it. We have the Sun. So I'm feeling like almost This is about what makes you happy in life. Perhaps it is your job. Perhaps it's a connection. We'll have to see. So now we have the Sun on the bottom. Let's see what happens after the cut. Oh my gosh, stop it. We have the Emperor. That's interesting. We have the Sun followed by the Emperor. So really I'm hearing, you know, it could be your twin flame connection or counterpart. It could be that this person is about to take action towards you here. I feel like this is also taking action towards what makes you truly happy in life, whether that's your person, whether that's a new career, whether that's being a spiritual worker. Spirit's saying, you know, take action here. It could be something you're afraid to do. You could be afraid to take action towards someone. You could be afraid to approach someone. You could be afraid to chase after your dream, and Spirit's saying, face that, like, use your inner strength, face that demon, go for it, take action, do it. I'm hearing, do it, do it. Anyway, so before we get into these, we're going to get the oracle cards. So pile 3, what do we have for you today? We have, you cast a spell with your existence. Magic flows brightly and radiantly through you. Very interesting energy. We have 15. I feel 15 equals 6. So, you know, with the Emperor and the Divine Masculine, it could be a person. It could be that you are meant to be a light worker or a high priestess. You're magical, I'm hearing. And 6s are about harmony. So maybe finding what makes your soul feel balanced and harmonious is what you're supposed to be doing. And that whatever that is, once you find it, you could already be doing it. And Spirit's just here telling you, you know, if you've been thinking about being a light worker, you're magical, do it. If you're starting out and things are going slow, it's okay. It takes time. You do have this energy flowing through you right now. It's beautiful. We have leadership, the bear and the cedar. The bear. I have a dog named Bear. Oh no, he heard me call him. He's barking. I call him Bearsy Boos. Shift the way to new potential. Oh my gosh. This is interesting because this is also, this equals 11. Show the world the real you. There's something very symbolic here about you being magical, leading people. I'm getting something very strong here with this pile. So show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So this is saying, you know, be your true authentic self and you will attract the people you need to, especially if you're a light worker or, you know, doing something like I am. I used to like think, oh no, I couldn't do that. There's so many good tarot readers. I still watch tarot readers that are like, I just watch them in awe and I can't believe like I'm a part of that community now. But at first, I really hid who I really was. Like in my TikTok readings, when I first started, I didn't even speak. And I really wasn't attracting many people. And my intuition kept telling me like, just do it. Just take a leap of faith and start a YouTube channel. Just do it. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm not magical. Anyway, once I started the YouTube channel, I experienced a breakthrough in my communication blockage. Like I never used to be able to communicate very well. And it wasn't until I started being truly authentic and like not, some of you have mentioned how different I sound in my earlier videos compared to right now, which is only, you know, a few months later. But it really is, you know, if you're in this line of work, or even if you're not, even if you want to be a writer or a singer, something in the spotlight, an influencer, a public speaker, Spirit saying, you can only do that by being your true authentic self. And when you are your true authentic self, you will see fulfillment from that. And people will be drawn to your energy because you're being you. And we have joy. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it will make it better. Today, I will add joy to everything. Really slather it on. Today, I am the Orvin Redenbacher of joy, and life's popcorn's about to get it. I love that. So I am hearing that you could be meant to lead people, to encourage people, to bring joy to people's lives, to bring light to their lives. It's really interesting with this shift away to a new potential, because for some of you, you know, I am feeling like you possibly feel, or maybe you're already working on being a light worker or a spiritual advisor of some sort. And I feel like Spirit's saying, you know, you have the ability with this magic within you to help shift the world into a new way of thinking. And it's interesting because in pile 1, I was getting, you know, similar energy, and I was talking about how, just imagine, like, I don't think there can ever be too many of us light workers. And I used to think like, oh, there's so many, you know, I'll never do well. But one by one, I swear, guys, we are shifting the way people look at love, the way they approach life, manifestations. And I really do feel like we can help change the world. So I feel like you have a path of, you know, possibly this leading people and giving the world new potential. Because again, I feel like we could take over the world. I've said it in every pile. We could take over the world with our light and our love and our rainbows. Anyway, Spirit's saying, you know, whatever this is, take action towards it. With that joy, you're meant to bring joy to people's lives. You're meant to shine light into these people's lives. Yeah, very interesting energy. You know, we do have 11 here. If you do resonate with counterparts or a soul connection that you're in, you could be meant to, you know, work with counterparts to try and, I'm hearing, help twin flames. Like, there's waves of twin flames, and with guidance, with knowledge of how to work with the energy, we see twin flames coming into union sooner and breaking. Like, there used to be, or there still is, some people believe twin flames work in 9-month cycles, and we're seeing twin flames come into contact, come into union much quicker than the older timelines. It's because we have the potential now to work with the energy, because there's so much knowledge out there now. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing here. Let's keep moving. We're going to ask, who are you right now? Who are you right now? Aww. Oh, no. Oh, so it's interesting because you have all this potential, but I feel like right now you are in your ego about it. And I feel like you are holding yourself back from your dreams. The Devil card can be about facing your fears. So, you know, making things happen. I do feel like in your, I was going to say your brain hole for some reason, in your brain hole, in your head, sorry, in your soul, I believe that you feel the magic within you. Look, we have this magic card here. We have the Magician here. We have this infinity symbol, which makes me think of counterpart connection. So perhaps you are in a counterpart connection and you're in your head about it. But anyway, This is saying that you have unlimited potential, whatever this is. And that right now you're really, you know, the Two of Pentacles is the energy of juggling. So perhaps you are trying to juggle, you know, your ego and soul right now. Perhaps you're trying to juggle, maybe you could be trying to juggle, you could be codependent on something, or you could be trying to, like, maybe you're working 2 jobs or something. There's this energy of trying to juggle something. And with this Devil energy, I feel like perhaps you want to change careers here with the Two of Pentacles. And perhaps your ego is talking you out of it. I do feel like perhaps your ego is trying to keep you stagnant, and, you know, Spirit's saying you have all this potential, but your ego stops you from acting on it. Very interesting energy we have here. The Magician is like unlimited potential. So I feel like you have the power to make things happen. You are magical, but maybe you doubt that. Maybe you do listen to that ego. Very interesting energy coming out. It is kind of, these cards, we have Capricorn energy, Aries and Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Three of Wands on the bottom. So I feel like whatever this is, you have the potential to be amazing. And I feel like your ego is what's keeping you docked right now. We see a ship, so I'm going to say docked. Anchored right now. Are you on the right path? I am going to shuffle that because I don't think this wanted to come out. There we go. You are on the right path. You are on the right path. It's interesting because now that we have this Ten of Cups coming out, I do feel for a lot of you it's about a career, but I think for some of you it could be a spiritual connection. And perhaps, you know, with the Leadership card and the Bear and the Cedar, perhaps you are the one that needs to lead this connection. Perhaps you are the one who, with this Devil card, perhaps, you know, you've wanted to reach out to this person. Perhaps you've wanted to make contact with them, but your ego stops you. There is this energy of you balancing something right now. So balancing jobs, balancing lovers, balancing like a soulmate and a twin flame, balancing ego versus soul speaking to you. The Ten of Cups shows us that you are on the right path. So whatever this is that your soul is telling you to go towards, or stay in, or work towards, or, you know, quit, it's all for your fulfillment. Like Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment. It's happiness. It's joy. I'm hearing that for some of you, you could have like another job, and you could have a job that pays the bills, and you could, you know, you could tell yourself, well, I might as well just stay there because it pays the bills. It works with my schedule. And that's your ego talking. There's something very magical about you, pile 3. There's something very magical. In fact, we have the High Priestess on the bottom. So I almost feel, I'm asking if you're on the right path, and I almost feel that, you know, for some of you, you're on the path to actually becoming this High Priestess. Interesting. I see the star there, which is Aquarius energy. That's that energy right there. I will say Aquarius energy, if there's something that you're faking, you know, stop faking that you're happy. Aquarius can talk about wearing a mask. So either pretending you're happy in a situation where you're not, or pretending you don't love someone when you know that you do. all of a sudden I keep hearing counterpart messages, so I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. This shift the way to the new potential 29. To me, you know, if you're dealing with a counterpart, that card is telling you, you know, these cycles that you're maybe stuck in with this person, because this can represent cycles. I also get divine timing out of that. But anyway, this shift the way to new potential to me is very symbolic of how in a twin flame connection, it does shift us into a new potential, because we awaken when we come into contact with our twin flame. And perhaps, you know, perhaps for some of you, you haven't even met your twin flame. Perhaps you're being called to start this soul purpose of some sort. And then once you do, energetically, it will draw your person in. I can tell you that I experienced an awakening after I met my counterpart, which, you know, is how I came to start doing this. I'm just going to turn on a light because it's getting dark. All right. So following your hopes, your dreams, very important here. Again, some of you could be in a twin flame connection and you could be doubting it. And this show the world, the real you. The twin flame connection really does break you out of your shell, breaks you out of your triggers, your wounds, your like shadows, so that you can discover who you really are. So I just wanted to bring that up. Interesting. What is the main obstacle standing in your way? Ooh, that one was... So we have death and rebirth. Interesting. It came out upright, but I picked it up in reverse. So interesting. We'll talk about both. So death and rebirth. I think I said it in pile 1. Somebody tried to tell me the other day in my comment section that I was lying to them, that the death card means endings, and that's not actually true. And I went over it in pile 1. I won't bore you with that rant, but it's more about a transformative energy, not actually an ending. And it can be an ending of a pattern. It can be an ending of like a spiritual cycle has completed itself or a lesson is learned. Therefore, there's an ending and a transformation and a rebirth. Anyway, I'm not, again, I said, I'm not going to get into it right now. So it's interesting that you have the death card as what's blocking you. Oh, and it came out in reverse. That makes sense. So listen to this: failure to change negative emotional patterns. So it's interesting because it came out in reverse, or I picked it up in reverse, and it's a blockage. So when it's a blockage, you look at the reversal aspects of it. Anyway, for that person who said the death card is awful, the death card is very misunderstood. It's actually one of the most positive cards in the deck. It represents the transformative process of death and rebirth. And it talks about phases ending. It doesn't have to be like darkness and breakup. I think actually the 10 of Swords is more the breakup, ending, relationship type card in my opinion. But anyway, so it does say, this is very interesting. You could have ended a connection with a twin flame, someone that you thought... I'm hearing a few things. You could have ended a connection with a twin flame. You could have taken leadership. You could have taken leadership of your own life. And you could have ended a connection with a twin flame. I was feeling this energy of you with the Emperor taking action towards something. So perhaps there's, you know, a counterpart in your past that you denied the connection, or weren't willing to... Perhaps you ended the connection, and it's saying, this actually does say ending relationship, but Perhaps you ended a twin flame connection, and perhaps that person, as triggering and as hard as that connection was, you could even be blocking a twin flame right now. I'm hearing not even like, it could be like a separation right now. You could be blocking them, and Spirit's saying, you know, I believe this counterpart, if that's who you're dealing with, is a huge part of this journey and discovering who you really are, your higher self, your life purpose, you know? This also talks about resisting changes in a relationship. So perhaps, you know, oftentimes when twin flames come together, or counterparts, or just a connection, we'll just leave it at that, we trigger each other. And we automatically think, especially because we're mirrors, we think, oh, it's the other person that's causing the blockage. Oh, it's their fault. They need to change. It's not us. And oftentimes it's both of us that needs to change. And this card can represent you not making changes in a connection. Like perhaps you felt like you didn't have anything to change and it was this person's fault and that was it. And maybe there was an ending there. Yes, this can also talk about, because we are talking about career as well. I was getting light worker vibes. This talks about remaining at an unfulfilling job. So perhaps right now your job doesn't fulfill you, and it doesn't. You know what I noticed right away when I started doing this versus my other job is, as soon as I went to my other job, I was all of a sudden masking who I really was. I was like, I had that, you know, communication or customer communication, kind of back and forth, banter. I couldn't be myself when I was taking photos, unless I was like taking photos of kids, because I can, you know, always be a goofball with kids. But like with adults, grown-ups, those scary grown-ups, I'm a grown-up, that's terrifying. I would actually, like, when I started doing light work and I could be my authentic self, I felt so happy, like I felt so fulfilled. And then I'd go to my other job and I'd feel like I was pretending, like I was faking who I was, you know? So perhaps you're in a job where you can't be your true authentic self, where it doesn't fulfill you. Hello, this little fly. Hello. So yeah, remaining at an unfulfilling job. Lack of growth. Yes, lack of growth. So perhaps, you know, perhaps you think you have the potential to be a light worker. Perhaps you have the cards. Perhaps you know, look at them all the time for yourself. But you think, I could never do that for other people. And Spirit's saying you need to put down pentacles. There needs to be growth here. You need to make moves. Whatever this is about, it's showing that there needs to be growth here. And this could be growth. If you're dealing with a counterpart, it could be that they need to grow, but I'm asking what's blocking. Oh, actually, if you're, you know, if you're dealing with a counterpart, their energy will block yours if they're not growing. The best way to counteract that is to grow even more, by the way. Why did I open up to the devil? Oh, listen to this. That is weird. I did not open to the devil. I was on the death card. And while I was talking to you, I accidentally ended up on the devil page, just fidgeting with the pages. And right at the top, it says emptiness and lack of fulfillment. So you could be feeling, because this is how you are right now, you could be feeling unfulfilled in your career is what I'm hearing. What do we have on the bottom? Yes, we have oh my gosh, we have 2 of Wands on the bottom for what's blocking it. So this is about a pattern that needs to, either you need to realize it and heal it, or this is like, it's also about making a decision, choosing a choice, choosing a path. in order to move forward. So perhaps, you know, you're in stagnant energy. It's very similar to pile 1, actually. Very similar to pile 1 here. But yeah, that talks about, you know, maybe you don't feel like you have to change anything. And Spirit's saying, yes, you still need to work on yourself. There's still work to do here in order to get to the direction you want to be. And I'm telling you, if you are somebody that has like tarot cards, but, oh, I could never do that. I can't even look at tarot cards for myself anymore. It used to be that I would only look at them for me. And now I can't even, like, I'm so into doing it for other people that when I do it for myself, my ego comes out and I'm like, oh no, you're just, that's not, no, you're just saying that because it's your story. Anyway, what circumstances are in your favor and helping? The World and the Queen of Wands. So this is showing us that you are, you know, you do have the ability to look at yourself and complete these cycles. It could be this Queen of Wands, very interesting energy, because this is a very creative, passionate energy. And I do feel like you have the enthusiasm to go after what you want, but perhaps you're afraid. This is also saying, you know, if you want to be a light worker, you have a lot of fire and passion in you. I always think of this as like a crystal, right? So, I mean, it is a crystal. That's why I think of it as a crystal. But it's very symbolic to me of spirituality, and you have the fire within you. You have that spirituality within you to conquer whatever this is, and the confidence, even though sometimes I think your ego comes out. I think you also have the confidence to do it. I'm just going to get my book. Hopefully that's still bright enough for you guys, because it is getting very dark out. So the World card, interesting. Oh, that's interesting. What circumstances are in your favor and helping you out? It does say fulfilling your career path. So perhaps you've started to realize your new career path, and Spirit's saying, you know, by doing that, by planting the little pentacles, you're helping this. You're making it come into fruition. It's also about, I'm also hearing you could be realizing that, you know, maybe sometimes you realize that you do have a lack of joy in your life, for example. And that's actually helping you here. Very interesting information. The World card is about fulfillment, achievement, and completion. It does talk about when the inner and outer worlds, self and other, become a single entity with unity consciousness. So that is very interesting. Mainly I'm feeling for you. For some of you, I'm hearing that you're very supported by people around you. This can talk about feeling loved, this World card. So perhaps, you know, I almost feel like when you are your true authentic self, people love you, and Spirit's saying, you know, you can trust in that. The Queen of Wands for this one. Independent, cheerful, confident lover, openness in relationship. So being open with your person if you are in a relationship. Listening to them, like if they say there's something that you need to change, listen to that. Our ego immediately is like, no, we're not the problem, you're the problem. Determination and passion. Yes, I was getting that. Determination and passion, positive and uplifting energy. So you do have a very positive and uplifting energy. And, you know, you could be someone who kind of radiates light. Perhaps you trigger people to awaken. I've met some people like that. Excuse me. And recently I've been in circumstances where I'm triggering people in my life because I'm so different now, that they don't really know how to relate with me. And, you know, sometimes when you're someone who looks at your life and grows, you know, it's hard for other people to see that. And if they're not ready to do that, they can almost feel threatened by your presence. Anyway, how can you make progress and move forward in your life? How can you make progress and move forward in your life? Oh my gosh, we have Temperance. So I believe, you know, when Temperance came out, I did talk about it. I said, you know, perhaps you need to start balancing your real job and then your dream job, and like start slow and start balancing that energy. This does talk about divine timing. So whatever this is, whatever this means to you, whether it's being a light worker, whether it's meeting your twin flame, being in union with your twin flame, Spirit's saying patience. Oh my gosh, patience is a must here. Also, you know, if you're dealing with a counterpart, it is very important that your energies are balanced in order for the connection to flow, because without that, it can't flow. Spirit's telling you to, you know, this can be a decision about a job. I feel like Spirit's telling you, you know, to make a move here. The Two of Swords is a stagnant energy, and it can be about a choice between careers. Spirit's saying go within, listen to that intuition, listen to your, you know, that divine feminine, if that's what you are, and your spirit will give you guidance. Your spirit will give you clarity. We also have Judgment here. So, you know, I feel like maybe you haven't awakened, but I feel like if you're here, you've gone through some type of awakening, because you would have been drawn here for a purpose. Judgment. Renewal of love. So again, for some of you, I'm hearing that perhaps, you know, you pushed away, perhaps you ran from a twin flame connection. This does talk about renewal of love. It also talks about evaluating yourself. So go within, look at your shadows, start evaluating yourself, evaluate your real job, evaluate, you know, how much joy you feel about this dream job that you have. There's something very magical about you here. And there's a lot of major arcana cards, which means to me that you're pretty powerful and you have some kind of powerful purpose here. And, you know, it could be with this Judgment card, it could be that you didn't choose a twin flame connection, because it does talk about renewal of love. So it also talks about making adjustments in your relationship, finding your career purpose, reflecting on financial habits, reflecting on your values. And it does say you are coming to this significant point in your life where you must start to evaluate yourself. This card can also indicate that you are in a period of awakening brought on by the act of self-reflection. And you know, when we don't know which way to go, we have to self-reflect. We have to go within and listen to our intuition. It's really interesting here because I feel like whatever this is that your soul purpose or this connection with this twin flame, it's going to bring you like joy, stability. It's going to bring beauty, abundance into your life. All right, any other advice here for pile number 3? Any other advice? We have Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. We also have the Ace of Swords. So interesting. So the Ace of Swords can talk about communication. It can talk about clarity. Spirit's saying, you know, go within, especially if it's someone in your past that you've blocked, or like a possible counterpart that you've blocked. Perhaps you impulsively block them because they hurt you. I just saw the Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups on the bottom. There's something here about a breakthrough about that situation. This is, you know, a new chapter. This can be communication, communicating that you have clarity. This card can talk about following your heart. So that's big here. Your advice is to follow your heart, be clear, gain clarity about what you want in life. You know, it could be that you have this twin flame from years ago that, you know, kind of lingers around your energy. Bark, bark. My dogs are barking. The Ace of Swords represents a breakthrough moment. The sword symbolizes truth and intellect and gives the ability to cut through deception. It brings new points of view, new possibilities, new information, new truth, and new beginnings. Facing problems honestly in communication. So there's a lot about facing your side. Like I'm hearing that in my Wisdom of the Oracle deck, this one, I have clean it up, and it's about taking responsibility for your part of disagreements. This could also mean facing problems honestly. Perhaps you're in denial about the fact that your career isn't working for you and that you would be happier doing something else. And yeah, clear communication, facing problems honestly. I might as well just look up the Ace of Cups while I'm here. New beginning in emotions and love. It does talk about having a jolt of creativity. So perhaps finding out what fills your cup up, what brings you joy, what can you be creative with? Next level in relationship and deeper intimacy. Interesting. So very interesting messages coming out here for you guys. All right, we're going to look at some of these oracle cards. We have shift the way to the new potential. Light work it. Oh my God, stop it. Stop it. Light worker ignited. That's what it says. You're an ignited light worker. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Talk about confirmation. Light worker ignited, a shift in your consciousness, human evolution, the charisma of a powerful leader. Oh my gosh, we have leader here, and we had the emperor. Leader. The awareness of your thoughts, things coming into alignment with your highest purpose, your soul story, and uncovering your highest potential. Show the world the real you, pile 3. We are in a time of massive evolution. Old ways of thinking are being replaced by new awareness and luminous leaders with novel ways of being in the world. You are being called to lead with your gifts, your skills, your voice, and your spirit, and to gracefully navigate these uncertain yet exciting times. Explore and express your calling and make the shift into living and breathing your purpose. If your soul feels restless, it is because the progress of this shift, your genesis, has been slower than necessary. Know that your shift will be a catalyst for those who witness your journey. When we see other souls standing in their power, in their luminosity, we are reminded of who we are, who we ourselves can be. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I was talking about how maybe you exude light and trigger people. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've never even read this card. When we see other souls standing in their power, in their luminosity, we are reminded of who we are. Oh, I already read that. Shift the way for us, light worker. Shift your focus from you to them and notice what you can do for the greater good of those around you. Your best offering in the world relies on solving problems for others, on loving others, on helping them shift. It's time for you to boldly step up and help accelerate human consciousness and leave your positive mark on this world. And didn't I talk about it? Like, we could take over the world. We could. I'm serious. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Amazing. I am blown away by that. It's also, you know, pretty confirming for what I was channeling. So 15. Cast a spell with your existence. This card reminds you that there is magical power hidden in every heart. Were you aware of this? Magic is not outside of you, but within you. It is the white light that flows through your meridians. It is life. It creates life. Magic is the light that penetrates deep into the darkness to awaken and guide all that there is so that you can develop your own divine being to its full potential. This light is within you. Just as the sun touches a seed that lies dormant in the ground, you can awaken something truly miraculous within any being. Oh my gosh, it says the same thing. What is going on here? It says the same thing. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. It's just really magical for me. The magic is expressed in every smile you give to others, every loving gesture you make, and the respect that you show. Make your way through the world as a good fairy, as a priest or priestess, or as a magician. I asked if you were on the right path. I'm having a good time here. It's a party. Or holy man or woman, and let the magic within you flow over everything and everybody you encounter. Yes, spread your light all over everyone. Just spew it everywhere. You are a gift. And that wasn't in the book. That was my little contribution. You are a gift. And with all the magical light in your heart, you are precious and needed. Your ultimate reward will be receiving 100-fold all of the gifts you have given. Now begin to walk the path of your own magic, and through the magical radiance of your true essence, you will become a priest or priestess, a magician of the new world. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm so excited, but it's just so confirming for everything that I was saying. And about how we can take over the world. I said to pile 1, Pinky in the brain, what are we going to do tonight, brain? The same thing we do every day. We're going to try and take over the world with our light and love. I am way too giddy right now. I haven't even had much coffee or sugar today. Jeez. This is your energy. You guys give me such nice energy. I feel so alive after doing your readings. Oh yeah, I need to actually look at what number this is. I do. I feel so alive after our readings. So we have... Why can't I find this? What am I missing? There it is, leadership. The bear in cedar calls us to be powerful but benevolent. I did it, I said it. Embodying the qualities of a great leader. Bears are emperors. Stop it, emperors. That's the first card that you guys had. Emperors of the woodland and guardians of the forest. Paired with the cedar, a plant known for its healing, protective, and cleansing qualities. This card invites us into mature authority. The spirit of the bear is guiding you to leadership opportunities and reminding you to rule the world, rule with fairness and care. Amazing. Amazing. All right. Now that I'm done my little excitement spree thing, let's get you some advice. Interesting. Oh my gosh, your card says magic. Open your heart to the magic around you. Oh my gosh. And it's 10. Wheel of Fortune, destiny. What is your destiny? Your destiny is calling. Just open your heart to the magic. We have 2. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner realm. Okay. Oh, we have there is no beginning or end to growth. You are forever expanding. Beautiful. You're just starting this destination. Listen to your spirit guides. They will show you the way. Sorry I'm doing this with the card. I just want you guys to make sure you see how pretty they are. Because they are very pretty. All right, let's get you some advice. We have, I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. When I expand time, I can read. I can expand time when I'm inspired. So this is, you know, we talked about finding what makes your soul happy. It will be something you lose time in. So you go from feeling like, you know, you're at a job where you watch the clock and you're like, oh, I got to make dinner. I got to do this. And like time is always controlling you. And when you're inspired, when you're glowing and doing what makes your soul happy, doesn't matter what time it is. Like me, it's dark out right now. I still have to eat supper. I don't care. I am committed to bringing forth my greatness. I will no longer play small. That's right, pile 3. You get out there and you show them what you're made of. And I will be there to applaud you. Let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. So you could have to, you know, meditate about what your purpose is. What did I want to do? Before I let you go, I just want to look at this, this card. Pick it up. Pick it up. Full moon in Aquarius. Every time I say Aquarius, I hear the Aquarius song. Aquarius. Is that a thing, or am I imagining that? Aquarius? Is that what they say? Or do they say something different? And I just thought it was Aquarius. Aquarius. Is that what the song is? Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassing myself. The doggies say hello. This says, you are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. And, you know, that can be symbolic of, you know, your collective needing you. Maybe you need to find your collective and guide them. Interesting. So if you're thinking about a job, Spirit's saying you like a job, if you're thinking about, if you're feeling trapped in a job, Spirit's saying you need to detach from, if you're in an unfulfilling job, you really do need to detach from that because it can really dull your sparkles, what I'm hearing. It says, it's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if a change seems like a frightening prospect. Even if you've been holding, if you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. Interesting. All right, so pile 3, that was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I'm sorry it got dark during your reading. I do prefer to do my readings during the daytime. But yeah, we missed that opportunity and now it's dark. But anyway, it all worked out because I have a light. Anyway, I'm going to let you go get on with your life now. And I hope some of this resonated. And as always, I am sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much love. And join the light workers. Join us. One of us. I'm telling you, we'll take over the world. Anyway, lots of love. I'm feeling very giddy because of you, pile 3. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.